Okay, we'll get started. So we've got some really good basic training on social media, and I'm just going to pull up the presentation here. So let me grab it. There it is. Welcome new partners. No, that's not the one. Hold on. Why am I not seeing it? Okay, hold on. So bizarre. I'm looking at it. No, I'm going to close that one. Oh, team, it's right in front of me. Oh, I killed myself. Okay, share screen. Here we go. Okay, so team slideshow from beginning. Okay, so first off, I just want to welcome you guys to our last call of the month. Happy end of June. Hopefully you guys were able to finish strong and hit some of your goals. I know we will be doing all of the announcements next week, and we will be doing the prize money as well in this and the giveaways. That will happen next week. But I did want to just, if we do have any new partners on here tonight, to welcome. We ended up welcoming 88 new partners to Team B in the month of June. So pretty awesome, and really excited to meet a lot of our new partners over the next few months. So I want to do an exercise before we jump into scripts. And the exercise is really simple, and you guys actually have to participate tonight. And I want you guys to use the chat button. And I want you guys to list, and I'm going to give you like 1 minute, and you're just going to randomly put in the chat. I want you to list all the benefits that you can think of off the top of your head when it comes to our products or community or business. Whatever comes off of your tongue, just go. So in the chat button, let's all participate. Let's go. Any benefit?
Hey? Non, elle est en train de nous faire.
Okay, and I'm just gonna keep on, I'm gonna start to read them out. You guys keep on going. So this is what we've got. We've got more energy, health, energy, education, friendship, money, positive team, great health, high energy, knowledge, community, healthy minds, health, opportunity, freedom, community, healthy body, no inventory, new friends, flexibility, self-growing, community, friends, product equals health, support, flexibility, connections, like-minded people, healthy eating, no fees, energy, business, wealth. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, great. Okay, we don't need to do any more. So what I wanted to do is get you guys in a state of mind about thinking about what we have every single day to share with the world. And the point of you guys thinking and reflecting on all of our benefits, it's really, really important when we are in our zone of genius that we are vibing high. And it's really, really important when we start to reach out to people and have conversations that we put ourselves in the right state. So we want to make sure that you guys are in the right state tonight to be excited about what you guys have. Because when you are excited and you get this right and you get excited about what we have, it's easy to start to kind of have those conversations with people. And Melissa, yes, you can share that later when we're done here. Okay, so you guys, I have actually this entire script all set up on a PDF, and I'm going to download it for Team B, but you can also take pictures of it if you want it on your phone, if you want to take pictures and send it to your team. So this is from GoPro Social Media Mastery, Jessie Lee. And who's Jessie Lee? Jessie Lee is one of the top female income earners in network marketing. She makes about $500,000 a month. So you might want to pay attention tonight and follow what she has taught us. So I'm going to teach you, and we're just going to go through a number of the most common when you are reaching out to people, or how do you reach out to people. So the first is when people comment, like, or heart, give you a heart on your post. This is her script. Hey, Melissa, thank you so much for your comment on my post. I was just wondering, were you just being supportive, or would you like some information on what I do? Ooh, I love that. I love that. And you can do that for people who comment. You can do that for people who like, and you can do people that give you a heart. Okay. Isn't that just brilliant? I love it. I love it. I love it. Give me some love. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Give me some comments. You guys love that? It's really good. I'm going to definitely start to use that one. Okay. The next one. I love this. Well, I get this all the time. When they don't respond back, what do you say? So this is, again, her scripts, her words. Hey, Melissa, I noticed you saw my last message, but you didn't reply. Then what she does is she sends us a funny, you call it GIF. She sends a funny one. So you could have like a little kid crying. Like, just use your personality. And then she closes it off with, if you could let me know, I'd massively appreciate it. So it's kind of like in 3 steps. I noticed you saw my last message, but you didn't reply. Send a funny GIF. And then if you could let me know, I'd massively appreciate it. Okay. So again, great stuff. Take a picture. I will upload this into files. Okay, Melissa's going to take you through her follow script that she says she has almost 100% close on. So I'll let Melissa train on this one.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah. So after you've had the conversation and you've sent them whatever, or whatever it is, I just always make sure that you schedule a time to follow up with them. So then you don't feel like,
Hold on, I'm gonna put somebody on mute here. They keep on coming
so
out.
then you don't feel like you're bugging them, because you've been professional. You've set up a time to follow up with them, right? So I always just, some kind of small talk. Sorry guys, if there's a drill going on downstairs. So it's just some small talk at the beginning, and then I'll just say, hey, did you get a chance to look at what I sent? And if they don't reply, and I'll wait a few days. Is there a specific amount of time? Not really. I just kind of go with my gut, sort of how I feel, and just track it in Teamsy. So I'll put it in there as to when I want to follow up. And sometimes I think, oh, I'll wait a couple weeks, because I'll know something that's going on with them. So whatever, I just kind of go with my gut as to when I put the next follow-up date in. So I still haven't heard from them. And then it's just like, hey, hope all is good. I know life is busy, so I just want to make sure you saw my message. Because how many times does this happen to us? Somebody sends me a message and I either open it and I don't reply because I get distracted with something, or I think I will reply when I have a few more minutes to actually say something, or I don't do any of that and it just gets pushed down. So put yourself in that situation. It happens, right? Life is so busy, as they say, it's full of noise. So I want to make sure that I'm reminding them about my message, and usually they'll be like, oh yeah, sorry, it's been busy, it's whatever. Then I still don't hear from them after that. Number 3 there's a typo there. I don't send them a GIF usually, but anyways, that's okay. You can if you want to. And then the next thing that I say to them all the time is, hey, as my kids say, are you ghosting me? Hope all is okay. If it's not the right time or the right fit right now, no problem, just let me know. And most of the time I get a reply after I use that kind of the ghosting. And then again, if I still don't get a reply, that's when I decide that I'm not in a negative way, but I'm just done with them. And I just leave it open though. And it's just simply, haven't heard from you, so I'm going to assume it isn't the right time. And I don't want to be a pest and keep messaging you. So when and if things change, just reach out to me. So it's friendly, but just letting people off the hook. And as I was saying to Nicole today when we were talking about this training, is I literally have 100% in responses from people, because I just let them off the hook. I'm just looking, like, just give me an answer. That's all I want. I'm not pressuring you to buy. If it's not the right time, that's okay. Just let me know and we'll move on. And then the ghosting, as I say, gets their attention, or when I say I'm being a pest, if it gets to that point, I always get no, you're not pestering me at all. I've been so busy with XYZ. It's not a good time, or follow up with me later. It's like, great, because that's all we want, right? Is what's the next step with people?
Steph wanted to know how long do you wait between 3 and 4?
I don't have a specific time. I just put it back into Teamsy, and as I'm scheduling the follow up, I kind of just go with my gut that day. If I think, oh, I'll follow up in a week, or it kind of depends what's going on with that person, the relationship that I have with them, how much conversation we've had already. It might be a week, it might be a month. Just depends. Just go with my gut and I schedule it, and then I follow up them then.
Yeah, and I also think too, it depends on what they've reached out or you're having a conversation. So for example, like I've had a couple follow-ups this week that were pretty like bam, 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 because they wanted to know more information about the upcoming shred. So I'm creating that kind of sense of urgency, where it's like, I sent them the video. Did you watch it? Yes, great. Shred starting next week. And so I took them through this process a little bit faster because of that shred date, and they were the one that reached out to me. So a good point though, Melissa, about that. Okay, so next is when people send friend requests. I'm curious, do any of you get friend requests, yes or no? And then do you do anything about it? Like how many times do you just accept a friend request and do nothing about it? Well, Jessie Lee is like, take advantage of that. Hey, Melissa, thank you so much for sending me a friend request and connecting. I was just wondering, where did you find me? And what questions can I answer for you? So I think that is so brilliant. I don't do exactly like that with the what questions can I answer for you, because that's not the way that I would talk. But I would start to go into more of, and you can write this down as FROG. FROG stands for where you're from, what recreational things do you do, what's your occupation, maybe what are some of your goals, and so I might dig a little bit going back and forth in the conversation, right? I was wondering, where did you find me? I think that's really important. Or what inspired you to reach out? That's another one. What inspired you to reach out? I want to know why they friend requested me. So that's really important. Another one
Can I
she
add to
has.
that, Nicole?
Yeah, please do. Mhm.
I find to less questions is best from personal experience, because I did that with some people years ago and they're like, what's the deal with all the questions? Like, oh, it turned into more of an interview with the person as opposed to a conversation.
Yeah.
And when you just simply say, how'd you find me? That in itself can open up a whole bag of jewels, because I've gotten some great feedback. Oh, I really love this. I found you over here and I love that you talked about this. And then you instantly have something in common with them. So you're like, oh, that's so great. I'm so glad you liked that post. I didn't know that you were into yoga as well. Do you teach? And you could just, then it becomes this really authentic relationship and conversation that starts to happen.
Awesome. Well, it's pretty much this next one where you kind of continue where it says, oh, I found you in a group, right? I found you in the Fit Over 50. And then that's when, as Melissa said, you can start to have that organic question and find out how long have you been in the group? What kind of fitness do you like? Where do you, I'm in Ontario right now, and we're in a heat wave. Like, what do where are you in the world? Do you have to deal with heat like us? So just kind of that natural, authentic, conversation. It's like dating. You're dating. Remember that. When you want to connect with existing friends, I really like this one. So think of all the friends that you might have either on Instagram or on Facebook that you could reach out and say, hey, Melissa, I noticed that we've been friends on Facebook for some time, but we've really never connected. I would love to change that. Like, how are you? Or, tell me a little bit more about yourself. Or I just noticed that you posted a trip to Algonquin Park for canoeing. That looks so cool. Was the weather great? Like, just something to start connecting. And that would be like, I know for me, I've got like, I don't know, 4,800 friends on Facebook. Probably take me a year to go through them, but honestly, I could go through each person, and I know that probably more than half of them I haven't even connected with. So this leads to a huge opportunity of just connecting with them at a deeper level. Anything else on that, Melissa?
something that just popped into my head is if you are just starting to figure out what your niche is, you could be sending people a message and letting them know, that, hey, I'm starting to work with whatever that group is. And I just wondered if there's anything with respect to that topic that I could help you with. Because it's going to do two things. It's a great conversation starter. And if people aren't interested in that, it'll do both of you a favor for them to unfollow you, because you want people that are truly interested in the content that you can help. So I just had that idea now pop into my head.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. When they ask for information, so they want more information. Yes, of course. What do you know about, and she filled in like, what do you know about wellness, or what do you know about the shred? So for example, I had 2 people on social media this week reach out and want more information on the shred. So they, they said, hey, I'd like to get more information. I said, yes, of course. I said, what do you know about the shred? What do you know so far about it? Because they've been following me for a while. And they're like, well, I've been, seeing you post this stuff, and I know it's to do with some shakes or some smoothie bowls that you post all the time. I'm like, oh, okay. Is that all you know? And then it got me into a conversation, and then, asking questions and then moving through the conversation. Add to group, tag to video, send message. So what she does as a next, so what I love about this is, so if they want more information, right? They want more information. Typically what we do, or we've been trained on, is we send them a video. But what she trains her team on, and I think this is just brilliant, is she has the video in the private group. So she says, great, I'm going to add you to our community where we have all of our video support tools, and I'm going to tag you. So can you send me a thumbs up when you're done? And what she says is you keep on telling them what to do. You got to keep that conversation going. So how brilliant is that? Instead of just giving somebody a video, you actually have that video in that private group, so that they are kind of already in your community and your tribe, so you don't lose them as a prospect, which I think is so amazing. Anybody else want to add to that? No, I really like that.
Just to make sure to ask them if I can tag you.
Yeah.
We talked about
Ask.
that before. So, can I add you to, can I tag you in a video? They say a video about whatever it is they want. They'll usually say sure, and say, great, I'm just going to add you to our private group where it is. And then you keep that conversation going again, but with the tagged.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Okay, next one. After the thumbs up. So they've given you a thumbs up and they've watched it. Now you get to ask some more questions. Does it make sense? Would you like me to send you some pricing options? Like, keep it really short and simple. Don't make it complicated. And a lot of you guys know that we have just a nice visual for our pricing, and then you can actually just send them the pricing picture for what the price is of our product. If they have any questions, what questions can I answer for you to get you started? I love that. What questions can I answer for you to get started? So if people still haven't pulled the trigger, they haven't placed their order, what questions can I answer for you to get started? Answer in one word if possible. She said, sometimes what we do is we assume the worst and we get really chatty and give them way too much information and scare them off. And I know I've done that before, always thinking that it might be the worst, scenario, and you get caught down the rat race of giving them too much information. So she said, keep it really simple. What questions can I answer for you to get you started? And then let them tell you. And then you give them only what they ask for, nothing more, nothing less. And then you could ask, can I send you to my website to check out? Okay. So that was about it for scripts that I had. Like, you can see how it can get really simple if you start doing the scripts over and over again and coming up kind of with your own version of it. But I'm going to download this as a PDF. I'm going to download it as a PDF, and we're going to put it in Team B. I see Sarah Naylor there. Sarah, do you want to add? Because I know you are brilliant with scripts. Did you want to add a few things for tonight's training before we?
Oh, gosh, put me on the spot.
I know.
Sorry, I'm at my parents, and I don't know how I thought it was like Friday. I felt it was Friday, and then I'm like, oh wait, it's Wednesday, and I have team call. Yeah, scripting. It's just, it really is a skill set that you need to work on. And I love that you guys are gifting the team with this. But it's just getting comfortable with asking questions. It's getting comfortable with asking your upline for help if you need it, and listening. I feel like, lots of people, well, we like to talk about ourselves, and, we've had a year and a half to, only talk to, the people in your household, but it really listening. And as soon as you hear pain, and sometimes it's a courtship too, right? Sometimes you jump into bed right away, and then other times it takes a few years even. So it's just being patient. And we had our team call was right before, and there was a situation where we just often create stories in our head, right? And it's like the follow-up, and knowing, sorry, I have a kitten. Knowing too that your follow-up doesn't need to be about Juice Plus. It's just building those connections. It's all about relationship building. So that's kind of my tips is, you're just looking for online friends and helping them. We're paid problem solvers.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that, Sarah. Okay, I'm just going to finish off with a few slides here. So I just want to remind you that we have our summer giveaway. And so I'm so excited. We're going to next week going to be giving away $700. So if you are a new QSC for the month of June, your name is going to go into a draw, and you will have a chance to win $200. If you sponsored one of those QSCs, your name is going to go into a draw. And then we will also be giving the grand prize of $300 away for the top, we call it top recruiter, the person that has sponsored the most new partners in the month of June. So that will all happen next week. So what I want to do is just highlight the July events so you guys are clear what's ahead. And then I also want to start to talk about the conversation of the US conference in St. Louis. So October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. I know that there's already a number of us talking about heading down to conference, and all of that information is on the Juice Plus Insights on your virtual office, and you can get all the details there about hotels. I'm just curious if you want to put in the chat button, who is planning to come to conference and who's maybe a maybe. Give us some love in the chat so we can see who's planning. Just curious. Let's see here. So Stephen, looking into it, planning. Okay, awesome. Maybe, I would love to. Coming, yay. Yeah, awesome. Love it. Okay, good. Yeah, we're gonna have some team down there. I love conference. Yeah, me too. Yeah, and I know for some of us it feels like it's still so unknown about what's going to go on, but okay. So last thing I want to do, just give me 1 sec. I'm just going to open up my screen, and I'm just going to go through our July schedule, and then we are going to transition to money mindset, which I'm really excited about. Okay. So just logging into Team B, I'm going to just pull up our events calendar, make sure everybody is good to go. There we go, our events. Okay, great. So I just wanted to make a couple announcements. We, as leaders, had put in a couple business opportunity calls for the West and an extra one in the East. But unfortunately for the month of June, I think with things opening up and the nice weather, people just weren't taking advantage of those calls. So we made a decision, Jen Z, Alona, and myself, and some of the other leaders, that we were going to pull those business opportunity calls that we were trying to get people on. And so we just feel that there's so many amazing tools out there, and a lot of people are taking advantage of the tools. So I just wanted to go through. So a couple things. So for the month of July, starting tomorrow, so happy Canada Day to you. 31 days of travel tips. So there is a flyer that you can start to promote on your social media feed to get people into whatever private group you have, because it's not branded DYSL. So you can use that, and there's going to be 31 days posted of camping, road trips, and staycations, etc. And then, as you can see, our summer, we have events here, but not as many as you guys are used to. So I'm going to feel like this is more of a summer that we are used to, which is we still work, but it's not at the intensity that's like a January or September. So I'm just going to quickly review. We have Community Gardens Tower event that Kim Barker always leads. We're going to be doing our social media workshop for partners as well on the 15th. We're going to be diving into Reels and TikToks and how to make them. We have a corporate health talk on the 15th and online Canadian regional on the 17th. And that's the time on that one now is noon Eastern Standard Time. We have a Power of 5 business opportunity call on the 20th, and we have a shred event on the 27th. So that is what to expect. All of those flyers, just as a reminder, are always put in the Team B team page on Facebook under albums, under the month that it is there. So I just wanted to make sure. Yes, thank you for making those accessible for use outside of DYSL. You are so welcome. Oh, and the kombucha, we missed that one. Okay, and the kombucha, that's right, on the 27th. Perfect. Yeah, that's so great. I'm so excited. We did the kombucha and it's just about 10 days. Tomorrow's 10 days, I'm going to be drinking my first kombucha this weekend. I'm excited. So on that note, that is it that we have for the team call. I just going to open it up so I can see all your beautiful faces. So thank you again for a great month. Again, 88 new partners. You guys rocked the month. I know that we've got some big promotions as well, but we're going to celebrate that next month. And that is it. That's all. I'm going to stop the recording, and then we are going to switch off. So those that can stay on for the next 30-ish minutes, Mai is actually going to be gifting us with some pretty amazing mindset training by an expert that she had access to through a private course that she's taking. And she wanted to gift us with this brilliant training on money mindset. So feel free to stay on. I'm just going to stop the recording now, and we will pass it over to Mai.